Hi, welcome to SBR Sports Picks. I'm Peter Loshak. Today is Monday, May 22nd. We are continuing our coverage of the NBA playoffs with Troy West from TroyWins.com. Right now, we're going to take a look at Game 4, Spurs and Golden State. The tips tonight, Troy West. I'm speechless. What a friggin' wacky playoffs, right?
It's been unbelievable. I mean, what can you say about last night's game? Phenomenal. I don't think they get more than what they got last night, but hey, that was fun to watch. Extremely unpredictable. God bless the people that had plus 1,600 in the Boston Celtics. But, man, it's been unpredictable. I had the under again last night, misses by 3 points, and looked like a slam dunk, in the final couple minutes. And, man, it's been a wonky playoffs, Pete, to say the least.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
And you remember I said that if I had to bet that game, I would have taken Cleveland on the first half, which did wind up cashing, not because I thought that they would cover the first half and then lose outright the full game. I mean, just unpredictable stuff happening all over the place, right?
It is. These teams, they get so complacent. Cleveland knows they have this series in the bag, so it's to stay motivated, for 48 minutes of every game. It just doesn't happen. And, tip your cap to Boston. They could have easily thrown in the towel, but Brad Stevens, phenomenal basketball coach. He got those guys rallied in the second half, and they caught Cleveland flat-footed, and King James no-showed for a half, and next thing you know, they lose the game.
All right. Well, even though I wound up being right about the first half, Cavs covering, I think in the end, in retrospect, I made the right decision, just staying way the hell off of that one. So now, Game 4, Golden State at San Antonio. The Spurs, obviously, as we know, no Kawhi Leonard. I heard he's almost definitely going to be out, which I assume he's definitely going to be out. David Lee is out now. The Golden State is minus 12 on the road as a favorite here, and the total has gotten bet up a few points. It's now up to about 218. And what in the hell, sweet Lord Jesus, should we expect from this game? Troy West, what do you think?
I hate to do it, but, I'm going to go with the Spurs getting the points. Going with the Spurs getting the points. I thought Boston was a good play yesterday. I mean, it's just so many points here, Pete. When you're talking Western Conference Finals basketball, don't get me wrong. The Spurs have the fork in them. This series is over. Do I think that they're just going to throw in the towel and quit? These guys are still professionals. They still have the best coach in the NBA, and they're getting 12 points at home. Don't get me wrong. I don't think they're going to win the game, but I think they keep this one close enough within 12. I like this thing to be about a 105-97 type of game. I do think Golden State takes it, but I'm going to take 12 points as a home dog. San Antonio Spurs, Western Conference Finals. Come on, you got to take 12 points, don't you, Pete?
Yeah, I mean, listen, and there is some precedent for this because, as we know, Golden State played a couple games against Utah where they were a double-digit favorite and did, in fact, win by double digits, but they just barely lost ATS by, a half point or a point in both those games. So I can certainly see it. I'll tell you how I'm leaning Troy West. I think the play of the game here, though, and you might just call me the biggest square in the history of squares, at least in the past week. I'm thinking that Golden State, first half, -7, that's the way to go. I will admit that I already bet that one, and I think it might be somewhat similar to what we saw from the Cavs game yesterday. Not necessarily that the Spurs are going to come back and win it, but that Golden State will jump right out. They do want to get the faux thing, right? They do want to sweep each series, and so I think they'll come out and start strong. I don't think the Spurs have the firepower to hang with them, but probably in the second half, Popovich will have them playing as hard as they can, and for pride, they'll have them playing as hard as they can, so maybe they'll be able to get a backdoor cover. I'm thinking that Golden State, first half -7 is the way to go. What do you think?
I think it's a fair play, absolutely. Golden State, after watching what Cleveland did, I don't think you're going to see a repeat performance of what Cleveland did where they blow a 21-point lead. Mm-hmm. So I do think your first half bet is good. I do think Golden State is going to win this game, but you said it best. I think Popovich's guys are going to fight for 48 minutes. They probably realize that this season's coming to an end. They've got several veterans on this team that they're going to have a little bit of pride. I think 12 is just too many. I think this game's decided anywhere between 6 and 10 points. And then for those reasons, I'm taking the 12. I do think you have a good play with Golden State there. I do think they do put the fork in the Spurs tonight. 12 is just too many for me. And like I said, Golden State saw what happened. They do want the sweep. They want to rest up for these finals. They're praying to God that this Cleveland series continues to go deep. But for me, I'll take 12 points with the home team here.
All right, plus 12, -110 we can give you right now. And I'm going to go Golden State first half -7, -105. That's the current Pinnacle line. And I was also thinking, again, it feels like these series at some point should start going lower scoring. That hasn't happened, though. I'm thinking about the Spurs team total under 103 minus 106 here because, once again, you got to assume that the game plan Popovich is going to at least try to implement is one of clamp down defense and slowing things down. That really hasn't happened in either this series or in the Celtics series. But once again, I'm thinking that's got to happen. The total has jumped from 215.5 all the way up to like 218.5 now at some places. It's 217.5 or 218 at other places. Heritage has 218.5, but I don't know. I'm thinking that this game, at least from the Spurs perspective, offensively, it should be a little bit lower scoring, or maybe not. What do you think?
Well, God, I completely agree with you. But, Pete, for you and all the viewers out there, you might as well go the opposite of what I say on these total plays. I give out the fucking unders here. They go over. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if it happens in the final seconds of the game or what. But I've been burned on too many of these. I do think that it would technically go under. That's a lot of points for a San Antonio team that doesn't have two of their big scorers with Kawhi Leonard and Tony Parker. Both those guys being out, I don't know where they're going to get their points from. Aldridge has been quiet. They don't really have a lot of firepower, like you said, but, that'd be the night Golden State puts up 140 and it goes over for me. So it's a pass for me, but I'm with you. I do think at some point these things got to start going under. And if you look at these overs, even last night, they go over in the final seconds of the game. They're not like it's a blowout over. It happened so late, but yeah, the trend you think would change here soon.
All right, well, the last time I did this where I liked Golden State on the first half and the Spurs team total under, the first half covered easily. And as you remember, I had the Spurs team total under at 98.5, and it just wound up losing. They actually did wind up scoring 100. So I guess at 103, maybe Golden State will ease up defensively, and the Spurs will actually put up a bunch of points late just for their home fans. So I guess I'll stay off of that. I'll stick with just Golden State. First half, -7, -105. Troy West, ballsy pick, taking the Spurs +12, -110, although maybe in light of how the Celtics game went yesterday, maybe not that ballsy at all, maybe very, very sharp. Troy West from TroyWins.com, liking Spurs +12, -110. Again, I'm on the first half, Golden State. Troy West, tell us about your website, TroyWins.com.
Hey, thanks, guys. I appreciate it. Hey, come take a look. We're actually 9-4 our last 13 at our webpage. Really started to elevate our game in baseball. NBA playoffs have taken a little bit of a hit as of late, but I'm very confident we're going to finish strong through these conference finals and into the NBA finals. Very much looking forward to covering it with SBR videos. Come take a look, TroyWins.com. We're happy to give you a free trial.
Thanks, Troy. Well, this episode of The Odds Couple is over. But if you give us a like and click SBR's logo at the bottom of the screen to subscribe, then you'll get all the upcoming videos as soon as they come out. And don't forget to take advantage of our website. There's free picks, live betting lines, and sportsbook reviews and ratings guides, and a whole lot more. Check it out now.